I mean, as a guy, I can tell you, like, if somebody is hitting on my girl every Monday, not 20 somebodies, you know what I'm saying?
But I wondered,
Everything.
does everyone know who's dating who?
But I don't know.
What's that word?
Audience members?
No, what's it called when you come every single time? Like at a restaurant too.
When you come every single time,
Like-
I call it a good
when
day.
you come every time.
So I didn't do any notes.
I didn't
I'm
either.
just gonna like riff it.
I didn't. Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
We are comics. All right, so
Yeah,
that's
okay.
you are, by the way, the shirt right and the shirt left.
What am I?
The shirt
Oh.
right.
Sure, right.
I mean, that's just something to look at. I don't know. Should I put up a picture up there?
No, that works. I can read.
Or we can just put up a mirror and just like look at.
Oh, I'm chewing
Ourselves.
gum. Should I throw that away?
Yeah, but you can spit it out. There's a trash can
Right here?
next to it. Yep. Did you find a mirror or no?
I don't need a mirror. I don't know why.
No, yeah, we are not doing video right now.
This works.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking? Your comedy juice?
It's comedy. Yeah, it's a tea.
Yeah. What
I'm a
kind of
tea
special
person.
tea are we drinking?
Lemon ginger because I have stomach issues.
Yeah, me too. That's the way to
Yeah,
go.
lemon ginger.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what are we doing here, Flo?
So we're here to talk some honest shit. Everything is factual. You know,
All right, so we don't know what the concept of this podcast is gonna be.
there's
We just gotta start recording and we'll see what happens.
yeah. Some sarcasm is okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sarcasm is good for podcasting
Yeah.
because 90% sarcasm is body language. So it's
Right.
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
I need to face you now that I realize why am I looking at the screen?
And
Aren't
I was
talking
looking.
to you?
I can see you, but I mean, through the.
Oh, we
screen.
want to make sure. Okay. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I can definitely do some post edits and stuff like that.
Good
But
luck
it's
with
easier.
that.
It's
That's
yeah, it's easier if I don't have to.
It's a lot of work.
And this is our pilot episode, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
I might
Our
lose my voice
debut.
halfway through.
Hopefully not, because we got to go to an open mic after this.
So here's the thing: when I do open mics, I'm like, I can be totally fine for 5 minutes. I can be like dead, show up at the mic, do my 5 minutes, and go back to that.
Go back. Oh, so do you feel like more energy when you're up there?
Oh, definitely. Everything goes away.
It all goes away.
Mhm.
Huh.
You don't have that?
No, I feel dead when I'm up there.
I mean, I do
Dead,
feel
dead.
dead, but
If I'm dead
Like-
before, I'm dead during and dead after.
but no, like even if I'm like that, if I'm sick or something. I mean, if I'm sick, I don't go to mics. But
Oh,
you know,
I
mean,
go.
No, I go to.
Spread all my sickness too.
No, but even if I'm like, let's say I'm depressed and I can't get out of bed till like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I still roll out, go to the mic, and do my time.
You
And-
still go?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's a real comic right there.
Thank you. I'm a real comic. I'm a real boy. Look at me, Geppetto. All right. So how long you been doing comedy?
Not as long
Just
as
so
you.
yeah, for everybody, you guys don't
Um,
know.
Maybe a little over a year. Yep.
And what's your name, Flo?
I'm not sure my name. My name is Flo, and my last name is an Italian vaginal disease, so I don't share it because no one understands me.
Okay, so what you're saying is
Flo
funny.
funny, Flo
Funny is
funny.
not your real last name.
It's better than
Could
my
be.
real last name.
I mean, nothing is worse than my last name because nobody can ever pronounce it.
No one can pronounce mine.
Oh, really?
Fagunges. It's Italian
I
vaginal
don't think I knew
disease.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No. Oh, well, that's what one of
That's
my
funny
jokes
because
was.
we've known each other for like 2 years now, maybe 3. Like right after the
I think
pandemic,
around, yeah,
because you took over Justice Pub.
June.
Shout
of,
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out.
Ian, yay!
Woo. Yeah,
So,
the place
yeah,
is
we-
dead.
I know. No, it's great now.
Yeah, it's getting
Okay,
bigger
well.
every time, so that's good.
Yeah.
But actually, you didn't hear. It was last week. I'm starting to talk shit about my own name and my stage name.
Oh, okay,
That's
cool.
probably my new stuff I'm working on now.
Interesting. You see,
Mhm.
like when I started comedy, because you were an improv comic, right? Like you
Mhm.
did improv. Before.
Improv first.
I
yeah.
did literally nothing. The only background I had, I was in the band back in the 90s, and that was my only stage experience.
Okay.
So I started learning. I actually didn't do an open mic for about 7 months, but I was there every week. Like I was watching comedians, learning, reading books. So they say when you start out, hey, start with how you look like, because it's obvious that people can see it. So I started with my name jokes, how I look like, blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah, I did start with like how I looked and everything, but I guess I just never thought about my actual name. I don't know why till recently. But if you want to talk about how long like actually performing for me has only been more recent, except for like 10 years ago. Actually, it was probably 2008 was my first time I started writing comedy, and I did it at my college because I was a resident assistant. That's where I started, and then I just stopped for years. But is this thing
Cool.
working?
Yeah, that sounds like
Okay.
maybe I should check, because we got into a good flow, and then it's like, wait a second, are we recording?
Let's make sure.
No, it's fine. It says stop recording.
It's going in the yellow. Is
That's
that
fine.
okay?
That's fine.
Is it? Do I need it to? Ooh.
Let's say something louder. Like I am very mellow. You know what I mean? Like my voice is super mellow.
Oh shoot! Does that mean I have a man voice?
Are we
have a
sounding the
low-
same? No,
I'm
you
hitting
sound
yellow.
high
I'm almost
pitched.
hitting red. What does that mean?
It's a distortion, which is fine.
What
But
the
don't
hell?
worry
My
about it.
voice is
Yeah, don't-
distorted. Do I need to
Yellow
go?
is fine. Just don't go
So
over.
if I come back
Don't
here,
go over to the red.
Oh, it's staying in green when I back up from
Yeah,
it.
but that's what I'm saying. Stay consistent. So because I can fix
okay.
that later, unless
All
it
right.
goes into the red. Because I think if it's distorted, I can't.
All right, I'll stay right here then.
All right. So that was a good segue for talking about the tech that we use. Anyway,
Open mics and jacks?
open mics in Jack. No.
No.
What? Okay. So you started improv, then you got into comedy, then you did writing 10 years ago.
I've been writing over the years. I just never
Right.
performed, except
So-
for improv.
Right. So I do write, but I write other stuff. Like I write short stories mostly.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
me too. Poems and stuff.
Yeah, right. But not comedy. So comedy just came to me. It was a lot of fun. I started doing comedy like 5 years ago. Rain Dogs was my first open mic.
And I still never
Shout out
been.
Rain Dogs. Rain
Shout
Dog
out.
is going through some rough patches right now. That used to be our best mic. Like it was,
Wow.
people were dripping from the ceiling, or sweat was dripping. People
Damn.
and sweat was dripping from the ceiling.
Drip.
It was so good. Like the energy. Have you been to that room just in general?
I've never been because it's the late one, and I'm up at
Sure.
6.
But no,
so-
I mean that it's at a
Never.
bar. It's
Oh
a
wait.
back room
Oh wait.
of a bar.
Yeah, I've done poetry there.
Right. So the poetry is
Okay.
right. So my point is, it's a very
right.
closed environment, like a closed room. You can put like, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 people, but it's pretty tight for that.
Yeah.
But it was amazing because it felt like an actual underground comedy club back before the pandemic, right?
Ah, yeah.
And because of the pandemic or whatever, I don't know what the reason
Mm.
is. We also have 11 open mics now every week, or roughly 11.
We have a
nine?
lot, yeah.
A lot.
New
So back in the day,
ones.
there was only like 2, 3 maybe.
Even
And-
before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't have a lot of
Wow.
mics. I feel like we had more shows, but we had less
Okay.
mics.
Because Jacksonville's getting bigger then.
Right. So
Things are-
now we have more mics, but I feel like less shows. So anyway, and so yeah, the
Interesting.
pandemic was definitely definitely threw a wrench in there somewhere. And this is when I think we can segue into the first the first gossip that we're gonna talk about is we're not gonna say the venue, what it was or what it is, right? I think
Because there's so many in Jacksonville.
so many
now.
in Jacksonville.
And each one has its own unique way and vibe.
Right.
All of them have different vibes too.
Yes,
Actually,
I mean the people are
different
different.
crowds.
Like if you look at the venue at the beach, it's
Mhm.
completely different than the one downtown because
Oh,
the
yeah.
people are different. Also, the jokes that work in one place will not necessarily work in the other,
Very
and
true.
vice versa.
Very true.
So, but that's why you have to hit up all the mics you can.
Yep.
So anyway, we used to have this venue, like back in, I think they started right around the pandemic. Like, I mean, in Florida, the pandemic lasted a month.
Right.
I think
There wasn't
from like
much.
March of 2020 till about April. Now I was one of those people I did not go out for a year. I kept writing. I was doing a bunch of Zoom shows, but I know for a fact like that this venue allowed comedians to do comedy, and so they did, and they brought in people and whatnot, right? and they were going on for years, and then something happened. Something happened years later, and I don't think anybody knows exactly what happened. I think it's just these are the rumors, right, that we hear in the scene, like, hey, this is what went down. So, as far as I know, you have a theory. What happened?
If we're thinking of the same place, yeah.
That would be either also hilarious.
If
We
we're
don't
not
know,
even-
but we're both not. We don't know what we are talking about.
Post that shit. We don't know what we're saying.
We don't know which venue we are talking about.
Oh man.
So here's the thing: I couldn't do one of their venues. We are talking about multiple venues. I couldn't do one of them because that's when I had my kids. So I only did those rooms like maybe 4 times a year, and then they started another one on another day, and I could do those weekly.
Yes, that's what I'm
But
thinking.
first, they canceled one of them, the original one.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, is that the venue that you are talking?
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right.
The
so
more
what?
recent. Well, I'm not. We don't want to say specifics, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think we should. Everybody knows who lives in Jacksonville who we are talking about, but nobody else, because you guys know podcasts are global. So
right.
yeah, in the Philippines or China, they're not gonna know which venue.
They don't know what. Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know what to hit them. But anyway, so what? Okay, so what do you think? Why it was canceled?
I don't know. I got a lot of different interesting moments there. When for a while it was huge crowds, really good crowds that came to watch. They're giving you your attention, and they want to hear it, and they want to see it, and suddenly, I don't know what happened out of nowhere. It's like the crowd died down. I don't know if that's due to the people who are running the location, and then suddenly you have people that are focused on like, laptops, phones, TVs, and then the venue kept the TVs on, didn't say anything. We were trying to be like, hey, are you guys here for this? Like, are we here for this? And it just seemed like the vibe from the actual people running things. I don't know. That's my theory. Could be wrong.
I mean, that it's a theory. Yeah.
And I've thought of other things too about why. But I'm trying to remember what details, because it was fresh on my mind when it recently occurred. Because we're not going to disclose dates.
Right.
But when it was recent, it was like, wow, I got some weird vibes, and I personally felt like wasn't sure if they wanted us there. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So, long story short, surprise, they shut down both venues for comedians, or they closed them out or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it was very weird. Like, I remember when they started, and I used to go there to the other spot, and we had a lot of fun.
I think I met you there actually.
I think we met at Justice Pub, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, was it?
Hey, okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I'm going to. So if there is a new person come on the scene,
I know.
I've seen it long enough, right? Like, hey, this person is gonna try comedy. Either this is the only time that they're gonna try comedy, or they're gonna try it for the next 3 to 6 months and then they quit. And I've only been to the game for like 5 years, so by any means, I'm not a seasoned comedian, but I already see, I'm not kidding you, maybe 50 to 100 people come and go in the past 5 years. Right?
Yeah, I believe it.
And plus, only only a few of them stay. So when I meet somebody the first time, it's hard for me to remember, because my brain is like, yeah, they're gonna be here for like the next 3 months.
That's normal, yeah.
Right. So if you make it the first 6 months, I will surely remember you.
Oh yeah,
right?
no. I mean, who's gonna remember every single comedian? And it's funny you say that, because every time at the Justice Pub, I feel like every time I meet a new comedian, hey, I want to try comedy, or I did comedy years ago, I stopped and I want to come back, and then I never see him again. Right. Some are come and go, like you said, like never saw him again. Yeah. Others are consistent, so it's interesting.
Even at my mic at the Comedy Zone, shout out Comedy Zone. So last week, I didn't know 1/3 of the comedians, because they were like out of town. Somebody came down from New Hampshire, and
wow.
That's why we had the big crowd, because the guy came up to me, hey, I want to sign up to the mic. I'm like, cool. He's like, I'm bringing 20 people. I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, I'm from New Hampshire, and he did bring. Okay, maybe it wasn't 20, it was 12, but he did bring
That's
a lot of people.
awesome.
And they stayed the whole time.
That's awesome.
It was really good. I thank them a lot, and it was a lot of fun. But anyway, I didn't know 1/3, 1/4 of the comedians, because they were either old timers that I've never seen, haven't seen before, and they're trying to come back now,
right.
or something like that. So we'll see if they stick it out, and I will remember them 6 months from now.
Probably not, but
Probably
there's so many, like you said. You can't. I
Right.
can't remember half their names either.
Yeah. But so
um,
back to the venue. So I feel like, okay, here is where my pet peeve is, and why I was angry at this whole situation, because I feel like comedians kept the place going.
yeah.
You know what I mean? During the pandemic, when it was nothing there, right? And then and they opened up another place. So we had 2 different mics on 2 different days, which was great. And all of a sudden, I started hearing rumors that, hey, that's gonna go away because it's dying down. There are no people, just like you said, so no audience, and even comics were not going there anymore. And I don't know if it was because somebody had a beef with somebody or whatever. I don't know.
At one of the places, that's what I.
Right. So the first place, I don't know what happened. The second place is a different story, because I was there weekly.
Yes.
And I could see the hostility growing almost from week to week.
Oh yeah.
It was very interesting.
You just triggered one of the things I remembered, but I remember now.
No,
keep going.
I mean that's. I mean, we're gonna go back and forth, but so right. So the second venue, I was there every week almost. So I know I definitely see things with my own eyes, and I definitely felt a hostility growing over time, pretty rapidly.
From
And
the people.
Yeah.
We're running
just
it.
in general. I feel like.
Yeah, the vibe in there.
Yeah, right.
It went from great vibes though. Like it really was
amazing.
thriving. It was.
Yeah.
I was like looking forward to that
Right.
one. I'm like, okay, this is good every week. And then like, what happened?
Right.
I do remember. I don't know if we should do too many details.
I mean, just say it.
Yeah.
Just, if they don't like it, they can cancel us.
Right. Cancel culture.
Cancel
Yeah.
non-existent comedians. You know.
Right. No, come on.
I mean,
that's
they're
what we
too
do.
small,
We just
yeah.
talk shit. But hey, this is factual right now.
Right. Well, we don't. I mean, I'm gonna tell my opinion what happened.
Oh yeah, I'll give opinion, but also fact. Another factual thing is like, suddenly they told us we have to make a purchase, and I'm like, at the other places they give you a free item if you're a comedian, and they still do. There's one on one of the nights. Always the comedians get a free drink, and the other place they always got a free drink. There's a few now actually that get a free drink. So when you start to charge them, I'm like, what, are we in New York City right now? Like, we're
Right.
not. We're in Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, and then that's really what I think was them, in my opinion, felt like trying to push us away. I'm like, why though? We had people coming. You're making more sales. That's most of the
Right.
reason why these venues don't charge comedians is because they know the comedians are bringing in a crowd that's going to buy a ton of drinks and make them money. Shout
Right.
out to my Justice Pub. We're making monies. I mean, if the least I'll do on mine is say, hey, try to buy a drink, not comedians, but crowd people. Like,
Right,
if you're
right.
coming out, try to buy a drink and support the night, support the bar and the venue. But never would say, hey, you have to, or
Right.
to comedians that you
Yeah.
have to. We're making the show. We are making the show. We're making people come out. Why would you charge us? But
Right.
anyway.
So okay, so here's first of all, I have a good job, right? So I can afford to buy something at every venue, and I always do. I always make sure, I buy something and I tip the bartender. That's just a common thing. But I do understand if somebody cannot afford that. That's totally fine. I was also shocked when I heard that, hey, you have to buy something. And I'm like, well, I've been buying anyway, so it didn't affect me. But it was kind of like, why is this a thing all of a sudden? It just happened from one day to another.
Yep.
So that was interesting. New York, yeah. So in New York, you have to, in certain areas, you have to do 2 drinks minimum. And the funny part is I don't drink. I definitely don't drink when I do comedy because I'm a foreigner. English is hard as it is.
Right.
So I just don't drink. But anyway, even in New York, I'm like, all right, I get it. It's New York. I got to do it, whatever. But I was surprised that you have to do it here. in Jacksonville. Anyway, that was kind of weird.
Because the other difference in New York, at least many of the places I've been to, it's like you don't even have a crowd. You don't have an audience. And I still had to
Right.
pay. Even if they asked, oh, we want $3 a comedian, I paid $3. You get in there. The audience is literally just 15 comedians.
Right.
So I'm like, you want to charge us for having comedians listen who aren't even listening. It's different. In Jacksonville, we actually have a crowd of real people who are coming, an audience, a real crowd, to sit here and listen. So that's another reason why, like, why would it wouldn't make sense to charge people in Jacksonville? Because
Right.
most of the places we have a crowd coming out to see comedians, and they're buying drinks, and they're there to have a good time.
Right.
You know, it's not like New York where it's literally you're paying for other performers to watch.
Yeah. Florida is definitely different when it comes to open mics because we do have a crowd. In some venues more than others, but we do have a crowd usually. New York, I did one actual show with normal, regular people, and one open mic. And just like you said, the open mic was just comedians, maybe their partner or whatever. But what I liked about it, they had 3 or 4 mics in a row at the same venue. So, you know what I mean? So they started at like 6:30 or 7. They did an hour, then a 30-minute break. They pushed out the 12, 14 comedians, and the new 12, 14 comedians come into the same place doing the mic.
I've never seen that. What
Oh,
do
really?
you remember the place?
Yeah, of course. It's Cellar 77.
Okay.
It was really good. It was really quick. The mic was roughly an hour long, I think.
You think are they still running nowadays, or is that
It
like
was after
back
the
in
pandemic, so I
It was.
assume probably, yeah.
Okay, but it's all comedians in the crowd.
It's all comedians.
Well,
yes.
that's another reason they say buy a drink or pay is because they have to support the place, the
Which
space.
makes sense.
It is,
Right.
yeah, it's New York. The
Yeah.
spaces are expensive. There's
Right.
not many locations, and when there is, you got to pay.
Yeah.
So again, it's a different,
No, I
it's a
get
different
it.
city.
I get it. But here it was just different. Just like you said, nobody else is doing it.
No, yeah.
Nobody else has ever done it, I think. I might be wrong again. I'm only been doing it for 5 years. So I don't know all the venues,
But
right?
you haven't seen that here. Never.
Not in Florida, not just here, not in Florida at all. Or nowhere in the South. Like Atlanta, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, we have real audiences.
Right.
So
And that's, anyway, it was weird.
yeah.
So why do you think that happened? So what? Okay, here's my thing. What was the shift? What happened? Why do you think it happened?
It could be a number of different things. Actually, I'm not really sure. We could probably create or think of you based off of certain experiences that happened, different theories as to why.
Right. I will tell you mine, but I'm just curious.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, if you have something.
I have one maybe. I could be wrong, and again, maybe I have a few if I start thinking about other things that happened. But could be one. Another location that's competing with them opened and has different prices and different offerings, and also was giving all the comedians free drinks. 2, I don't know. Did someone piss somebody off? Did a comedian say something? I mean, if I'll joke with the crowd. Now, some comedians, everyone's got their own style, right? Some people will roast the entire crowd. I won't roast someone unless like I feel like I'm being roasted, but I will talk a little shit if I'm like, dang, like I did before, like, oh, are you guys here for comedy? And like in that same location where like the week before they ended, I was like, are we here for comedy? Like 2 comedians raised their hand, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why. This is dead. There's no laughs. I'm talking to the backs of heads that are facing the bartenders. You know what I mean? So it could be someone pissed someone off, or it could be something with the owner because I heard some negative vibes about the. See, there's 3 theories.
So that's what I'm saying. All right, just keep going.
Right
keep
there.
Going. Yep.
Yeah, negative vibes about the owner. I don't know why the owner would not want to do it though. If maybe comedy's not their thing, but that doesn't make sense because the sister or the other places around had how many years did you say other venues were doing it in Jacksonville? At least a few years, and it was working, right?
Oh,
it was
yeah,
thriving.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, something went down, and it could be one of those. And I don't know. There's 3 theories about what. What's your theory?
Well, so I mean the promotion. I don't know, but the promotion, like I definitely know that the venues that promote an open mic will get people for sure. You know what I mean? Because hey, they are promoting it, a couple of the days in advance. Like, hey, we're gonna have an open mic Monday, blah blah. And maybe that died down over time, and they didn't promote the show for whatever reason.
Who didn't? Are you talking about the venue didn't promote?
The venue didn't promote.
The venue stopped promoting. Right.
That's just one thing, right?
Right.
The other thing, us as comedians, we should promote the mics.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, and that's why I told you, like, I wanted to do like a little video stuff. Yeah, I'm doing this mic tonight, and I'm trying this new joke. Just something stupid, right?
That's what they do in Brazil. They had me, like, when I did shows too in open mics. They told me I have to post 3 days before and a week before. Hey guys, tonight is this open mic.
Right.
Tonight is this show. So it's a thing.
Yeah, and I think in the community right now it's lacking. Not everybody, some people, like I definitely do promote, obviously, my own shows.
Of course.
We should promote the mics also.
Should we be tagging everybody, or is that an annoying thing?
That was another thing. Like, I think it would be helpful if we help each other. Like, hey, you are on a show, so I see you post, and I'm going to repost. Now, my problem is I'm old. Like, for example, I don't know how to repost shit on Instagram, right? Like,
That's also another factor.
Right. But I'm not. I mean, the majority of the comedians are younger. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm the end tail of this whole comedy thing with my age. But I think that would be extremely helpful if people would promote each other's stuff.
We should, yeah.
Now, my theory is somewhat little bit completely different. Because my theory is that, the comedy in general is just a male-dominated industry, right? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of funny guys, and in the second menu, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of funny guys. There was somebody dating in the bar scene, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm a bartender and I'm not funny, do I want 20 funny guys in my bar hitting on my girlfriend behind the bar, right? So that was my theory.
Good point.
That was my theory as a dude. I think that's exactly what happened, and prove me wrong. So
yeah, that could be a very, very real thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as a guy, I can tell you, like, if somebody is hitting on my girl every Monday, not 20 somebodies, you know what I'm saying?
But I wondered, does everyone know who's dating who?
But I don't know. Again, like, I try to not remember.
Right, because people have their personal jealousy stuff too.
So I'm just joking with the dating thing. It might have been something completely different.
Yeah, no,
but I feel
we
like
don't know.
Everything happened so abruptly.
This is all theory. This is all
theory,
based.
guys. Just gossips I heard and I witnessed with my own eyes. But I'm saying, I think that's a reasonable theory.
Oh yeah. No.
I'm not throwing anybody under the bus.
No. Well, all my theories, someone's going to be thrown under the bus in all of them.
Right.
Because someone did something that is like, really? Like, why did you... I feel like someone overreacted, maybe, in some situation.
Yeah, but if I'm the owner of the place and you are my employee and you are like, hey, I'm tired of this crap. Yeah, but they are bringing in, I don't know, X amount of money. As an owner, I care about the money more than I care about my employees. Maybe that's why I don't run a business. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
But your theory is bartender, not owner.
Correct.
Yes. Maybe both.
I'm not even sure if they're called bartenders. Right? Let's not go in there.
Right. Workers, employees.
Employees, yeah.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, let's keep it,
Well, I mean, in the scene, everybody knows who are we talking about, for sure.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the comedians in the scene.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who was...
And if you guys have any input, just DM me or tell me at the mic.
Right. Yeah, maybe we can discuss more theories on the next one, because...
Right. Well, okay, so we don't know what this podcast is going to be.
Yeah, we have no
we
idea.
Are just, I was like, maybe we should do a gossip podcast. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, title it.
Do you have any other gossip in the scene?
In the comic
Who is pregnant or something?
Right. I don't know. Someone's probably doing drugs. I don't know about pregnant.
Okay, everybody. All right. Not,
Maybe
I'm
they
not saying
lost a
everybody is doing
pregnancy.
drugs, but you know.
Oh, not every. Did I say everybody?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Somebody.
I thought that was just saying.
Oh no. Well, maybe I did. I don't know.
I mean, it's
we'll
not
find
one
out
somebody. It's like a lot of somebody, which is fine. You know, it's your personal choice. Like,
Hey, I mean,
I would do
we could-
drugs if I could, but I can't.
right? Maybe. Maybe before the next podcast, we should do something to make it more exciting. I don't know, more gossip.
I don't know. Do you think it was a flat podcast?
No, I thought it was insightful and a lot of shit talking in there.
Yeah.
It's theoretical though, but yeah, it's just crazy how that happened. I mean, any other open mics? Any gossip on other open mics?
Oh, I mean, not really. Not that I can think. This was just something. I mean, this whole situation sparked the idea of the gossip podcast. You know what I mean? Because we've been with this venue for years. The comics are coming, going, you know, whatever. And it was just out of, not out of nowhere, but it was definitely a very fast, escalated thing.
Yeah.
And they shut down everything. And they treated the hosts unfairly.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You know, so, which is a hard work. But people don't understand. Open mic is work. You know what I mean? If you're a host, it's a 3-4 hour work for you.
Yep.
If you're a micer, you prepare and you do your 5-minute set, sometimes 10, whatever. It's work. It's not. Of course, we are having fun, but at the same time, we are working. And
oh yeah.
that's why the other thing is, hey, pay me something while you are working. You know, it's like, what is this, China?
We want to get paid.
But you know, I mean, but people don't understand it's work for everybody.
Oh
on
yeah.
the comedian side.
Yeah.
And of course, we make it look easy. I mean, some of us can make it look easy. Some of us not so much. I don't know. So I can't think of any other gossip right now from the top of my head from any of the venues.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, it's just sad how it just. I mean, as an owner too, I think I might have been a little bit more maybe, I don't know, open about or sent a message out to some, or not just like,
maybe.
hey, it's over. Maybe let people.
Oh, you think it's because of you?
No, me. Oh yeah, me. The one of the only female.
No,
motherfuckers
you think
out here.
They shut down because of you, you know. And
No, I'm thinking. No, what I'm thinking is, if I were an owner, I don't know. Everyone's different, like how you run stuff, but yeah, it just feels like someone took something personally, and just ended things. I don't know. I feel like I might have been like, hey, sorry, guy. I might have posted something on my, because my master's is communication management. I would have posted something online. Hey, sorry to inform you guys that we're no longer going to do this on Mondays. You know, I would have probably said something, not just like suddenly there's no longer an open mic. What happened? And everyone's like, what happened? Like now that's why we have 50 theories on what the hell happened.
So I went there for the last mic that did not happen. So I was doing a mic earlier. So Mondays we used to have 3 mics, right? So I hit up the first mic, and after that I drove to the second mic. No, I'm thinking because there was one week when I skipped the first mic, and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna do the second one.
Or there's 3 in one night too.
No, but
but
I
you're
usually
talking about,
do the 3. But I was like, you know what? I think that's what happened because I got there earlier than normal.
Right.
Yes, I think that's what was going on. I skipped the first mic. Sorry, Joy. And I went to the second mic. I'm like, I'm just gonna do the last 2 mics, right? And I went over there, and I think there was another comedian, maybe 2. No, there was one besides me. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? Is the mic... I ordered my food, which I always order. I'm like, where is the host? You know? And I saw some people moving stuff back. So they had everything set up, the microphone, everything. And they slowly broke them down. And I talked to one of the bartenders, and she said, yeah, there is no mic, sorry. I'm like, it would have been useful before I ordered my food.
Right.
To supporting the venue. And then other comics came in, and I'm like, hey, guys, no more mic. So I started texting the host, right? Like, hey, what's going on? And I got a reply back, and I was like, I don't know, the way he was phrasing it, it's because I thought it was just for that day. And the way he was phrasing, I'm like, do you mean it's over? And he said, most likely. So, and that was the last one that never happened. So anyway.
Wow, you were a part of the end there.
Well, apparently you started it with your post. And then I finished it up with showing up. I don't know.
Oh, you want to talk about my post?
But I don't know what you posted. Didn't you say like you
Oh,
posted?
yeah, I did.
So you might
I
have
did.
posted something that
Yeah.
triggered something.
Yeah. Well, I don't think my small little post online when
I mean, don't sell
I said-
yourself short. Like you have followers and stuff.
No, I didn't post it online. I posted on Google and I deleted it like 2 hours later.
Wait. What
The
do you mean
same
posted
night.
on Google?
A
How can
Google
I'm
review.
old. How can I?
I put a Google review and I said this.
Oh.
I said this place is kind of lame vibes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God. You are the reason.
No,
yes.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I deleted it 2 hours later, dude. I deleted it the same night.
The cat is out of the bag. We solved the mystery.
Wow. It's me. It's all because of
All
a
right.
Google review.
So here was my big podcast idea. I'm going to invite everybody, all the comics here, and I'm
And
going
get
to reveal
everybody's-
something.
What do you think? What is your theory?
What is your theory? And I'm going to like, dum, at the end. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that you posted something about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting.
No, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I deleted it 2 hours later. But yeah, I said this place has got lame vibes lately because for the last few weeks,
Right.
it was dying out. I got that whole vibe in there, and then they started saying you can't be here unless you buy a drink, like forcefully. Like I understand you want to support the venue.
Sure.
Okay, I'll buy a drink here and there, but not like forceful. Like, hey, in order to be here and perform as a comic, you have to buy something. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like, besides it being lame, I feel like they wanted us out. So like trying to get us out was buy something or leave.
Right. No, I remember like you and I were talking, and that was another thing that pissed me off because the mic was still going on, and you and I were talking, and the guy just came up and interrupted us talking for you to order something. I'm like, what? It's like crazy.
Yeah.
When they know we're gonna be there for the next 3 hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I will let this blonde comedian know 2 hours from now to order something. It's ridiculous. And they were always hiding behind, it's not my rule, it's the owner's rule. I'm like, all right, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm telling you right now, my theory is the strongest theory.
I think you have the strongest theory, actually. Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Jealousy. And
interesting. Yeah, because
a guy who is not funny. You know what I mean? That's what happened.
A guy who's not funny, right? And doesn't want any funny men around his girl either.
Right. A guy who
And
is not
jealous.
funny, jealous, and has authority.
Right.
Minimal, right? Minimal authority.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I'm wondering now. Now we're not gonna say names, but now I'm starting to
don't say
wonder.
names,
No,
no.
I'm not gonna say. Just the first female that came to my mind. Now there was a few female comics, but I'm thinking
comics,
of
yeah.
one. The one that first came to my mind that I met there and I've never seen at any other venue, I thought was completely single. So there could be another problem. Maybe there's a relationship thing. Like if you're giving off vibes that you're single and you're the owner or whoever, and now your girl's like talking who knows what at the comedy thing and comedians are all there. I'm wondering how many people, like if you're getting, my point is you're getting jealous about all these guys, but maybe these guys don't know that you're not single.
Sure.
So you shouldn't be so jealous to begin with.
Right.
You're making money, right? You're making Monday on a Monday night. Now you're just killing the vibe of the place. You kill the vibe first, then you force this out. You basically just wanted us out. Just say get out. Don't start, well, you have to buy something now or you have to leave. Like, just say you don't. But anyway, it's a lot of things. Like, do you think people knew, like, if guys are hitting on her and you're getting jealous, I mean, take it as a compliment. Maybe your girl is good looking. Like, it's a compliment. Right. It shouldn't be a jealous thing. And maybe you need to put a ring on it so people know she's not single.
Right.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just gave a lot, but what do you think?
You did.
I went all the way in a circle and I came back.
You definitely give out. I mean, that's the thing. Jealousy, sucks. Like, it's horrible. But if you know anybody single, let me know. That's totally off topic.
Got a few. Got a few we can talk about later. Females
we're gonna
only,
cut
right?
all this out, guys. All right. So when I'm a comedian, right? Even if I date somebody, because I have so much single material, I will do my single shit. If I don't have relational, because after I start dating somebody, and let's say we are okay, we are going in a couple of
Yeah.
months, the jokes will come because that's my life, right?
Right.
It happened in my life. So then I switch back to, hey, I'm in a relationship material, and I rarely do any I'm single again material. So if somebody comes in, even if I'm dating somebody, right, they're not gonna know for sure if I'm single or not from the stage, because you don't know, because
Right.
where my jokes are at that point.
Oh yeah, and I'll do both. I'm more like you, where depending on the relationship status I'm in, is what my jokes are going to be about. Because, like you said, you're living that life. However,
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw away a joke that's got great laughs.
Correct. Yep.
I'm not going to throw anything away, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't relate. Maybe I'm living in Brazil, I'm not there anymore, but I got jokes from that time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, no one's going to know based off of what I'm saying on the stage.
Right.
It's what we want to talk about up there.
Yeah. And they usually, like, say I'm in a relationship, then I do my relationship material, and I say, well, I used to be also single for a long time, and then I do my single stuff.
There it is.
If it's something really funny.
Yeah.
Like I'm a robot joke. I mean, I love that joke, and usually Valentine's Day I dig those up,
Okay.
just like my exes. I dig them. I'm like,
Here we go. Get ready.
No, I'm like giving away golden nuggets.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I don't post it on TikTok when I need to.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about posting that on TikTok? Because everyone's got different opinions. Some people will not post any of their material.
So here's the thing. I'm a nobody, and I mean, like a comedian wise, like, okay, comedians know who I am locally and maybe in another couple of cities, but that's it. I think if I post a joke, especially if I post one of the one-liners that I usually do, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, people gonna see it. Like, I do post and I get like 1, 2, 3,000 views, right? Which is great.
That is
right?
good, yeah.
3,000 people watching my shit.
That's
cool.
good.
So I don't think it's gonna take away, even if I do that joke at a show. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, I saw this on TikTok already. You know what I mean? Like, that never happened to me before.
Right.
Crowd work, I'm not a crowd work guy. Like, I do it if I need to. I'm not really good at it. Like, I wish I was better, but I'm more of a writer. Like, I do sit down, and yes, I make stuff up, but all of them has some kind of seed from me. Like, hey, I'm a writer. This is my experience of life.
Mm-hmm.
Putting that in there. Now, I chose the dark path. Like, so many people told me just switch from the dark stuff. But I feel like that's what makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what's funny to me. I laugh at a lot of people's jokes, and I love everybody's jokes.
You do. You got a good sense of humor.
Right. So I do enjoy it. But to me, dark sense of humor is very sad. You know what I mean?
And
that's what I
stick
like.
with it.
And I stuck with it. And here, look at me now. I'm still doing the mics
There
that
it
are
is.
still
Doing
existing.
big things. Well, you're in a lot of shows.
I'm in shows, yes.
Yeah.
But it took a long time. And also, I did change my material. Like, if you see me at a show that's longer than 10 minutes and not local, because local, here's another thing. I dug myself in a hole in Jacksonville, right? Because I only do dark comedy. If I try to do anything family friendly, no laughs, because the comedians expect me to do dark.
Right.
So
right.
when I go to other cities that they don't know who I am, or I open or I do a longer set, I put the family friendly stuff first, because I have to get the audience on my side.
Yep.
They're gonna be like, all right, this guy's funny. Let me see, or let me hear what he has to say. And then I do dark stuff. Like, there is a switch between all my sets. If you listen to any of my 10-minute sets, there's a switch at 3-4 minutes when I do the first dark joke, and the audience is audibly surprised. And I'm like, yeah, these are the jokes that I do.
These are the real jokes.
And I'm right.
Get
I'm like,
ready for the real deal.
Get ready. And it works 80% of the time. The other 20%, I'm not even sorry. This is comedy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, whatever.
Right.
But
Everyone's
I
got
do
their
enjoy
style.
comedy.
Yeah, I don't know what's harder to please, dark or raunchy. Because both are pretty
depends.
challenging.
Right. I mean, some people just don't like
Either-
brunchy stuff.
Right. It's right.
Which is, yeah, I mean, it's a choice. And that's the good thing about open mics. You can leave.
Right. You can leave.
Like, you didn't pay anything. It
Right.
was free. Well, unless you went to this venue and you had to buy something.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You see, sarcasm comes over or
Here
doesn't.
it comes.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? What do you think of the podcast idea?
Yeah, it was fun.
How
It was
mu-
good
what-
stuff.
All right, it's almost 7:00. So we did like about 40 minutes. I think that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to
Yeah.
plug anything? Are you on any shows?
Oh, yeah, I got
Are
a
you on
bunch.
the show tomorrow with me or no?
What's tomorrow? No.
LOL. Oh, you were on
No.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yep, last week. Yeah, I got a bunch actually, and I don't even know the names of all of them. I mean, I don't know if you're not posting this soon, then I don't think it matters to mention where, but I can mention every Wednesday's open mics at the Justice Pub in downtown Jacksonville. And now we're doing a show every month at the Justice Pub.
All right. Okay, so you are doing it weekly now? You're going to do it weekly?
Monthly, sorry. Wednesday. First Wednesday of the month is the open mic.
Okay.
Now we're projecting to do once a month on a Friday the a comedy show.
Okay, awesome, cool. I mean, yeah, since you took, I mean, the other hosts were doing it for decades, feels like Justice Pub, you know what I mean? But then they left, and then you took over, and you definitely grew the audience. Like, I remember the first time I went back when you were hosting, I'm like, holy crap, who are all these people? You know what I mean? It was great, and you kept it up pretty good. So the last couple of times I wasn't able to go.
No, you got your own on the same
Well,
night.
yeah,
So, but I mean, we also have that. We also have another venue that same night, which I still haven't been able to do. Oh, you want some gossip? There is some
Which venue?
gossip about another venue. I'm not gonna say.
All right, don't spoil it
But,
for the next episode.
yeah,
You can
I mean,
also cut it.
And this is just hearsay. This is things I've heard. I am.
These are the best ones.
Right.
This is what the podcast is about.
Yeah, right. Because I'm going to disclose that I don't even know the people who run this venue. I've just heard negative things about this venue.
Interesting, because
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Perfect. Let's leave it like that. Yeah, I heard I don't know, because I have had, now that, like you said, let me start off by saying that I'm happy and thankful that I've grown. Not only you get new people, but I've grown actually people who come back every month. Some comedians and some actual crowd. And they're like, they said, hey, Flo, we're coming back for you. We love that you're hosting. And so that's why I also try to throw stuff in there in between, but not take over the whole night.
Right.
Because
right.
we got comedians that got to go up. Anyway, so now that I've grown, certain comedians that come every time, just like other venues. Like, you got comedians that will dedicate and go there every time. And you got some audience members that they're the, what are they called? They're the people that come every time. What's that word?
Audience members?
No, what's it called when you come every single time? Like at a restaurant too.
When you come every single time?
Like-
I call it a good
When
day.
you come every time. A good day. Yeah, goals. Accomplishments. No, you know when you go to a restaurant and you're like a server and you're like,
Yes.
you got those people.
Regulars.
The regulars. Yeah. There we go. Not regular comers. Regulars. Just regulars. Anyway, so I got regulars coming, and then I've heard from these regulars that they're like, yeah, even the regular comedians have said, like, hey, Flo, we like the way you run the mic. We like, because I'm pretty, like, I think we both of us are pretty, we get along with everyone, and we want a good vibe
Right.
and have a good night, and all about it going well, and thinking about the comedians too.
Right.
I don't know. What someone has just come and said to me, because I've said, oh, I haven't been to this venue yet, but I want to try it out. And I've heard some people say, well, yeah, I don't know. The host there can be kind of, I don't know, short with people or got beef. Maybe it's a personal beef thing they got. I mean, nothing is ever.
Maybe it's jealousy.
Here we go.
Yes,
There
I
we
mean,
go. We got. It could be
We
totally.
have to figure it out, because I don't even know what
Dude.
venue you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of like, I run a Wednesday mic at the Comedy Zone. Come out, rock bottom. So I run that mic, so I cannot really go to the other mics. I mean, I will try to do, I know you have one next week or something. I will try to at least stop by.
Next week.
Isn't it October?
No, October's not next week.
All right, never mind.
2 weeks maybe.
I don't know what day it is, right?
2 weeks. I think we have 2 weeks.
Okay, good.
But yeah. So I don't even know where we went with that. But anyway, yeah. So I there's still some open mics I need to try. Like that one I was saying.
Is it on my list on Facebook?
I
That mic?
believe so.
Really?
I think so. I'd have to look. Oh yeah, because let me give a shout out to Poker Face because I'm part of the Poker Face family.
Mm-hmm.
Now they again, like you know how all these new places have started. They've started. They've tried. You know, J-Mote's running it. Has tried in so many different places with
that's
owners.
Jessica, right?
Yeah, Jessica
Yeah, I
J-Mote.
actually messaged her because people were asking me about the mic. I'm like, honestly, I don't know. So I messaged Jessica what time it starts and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, cool.
Yeah. They have a few new different locations now. Three Stones and the
Three Stones.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. The Three Stones are the Three Stones is definitely on my list, but I don't know about Goodfellas. I feel like that's on there too.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, my show is tomorrow, so this podcast is gonna go out whenever it's gonna go out. It's definitely not gonna be before tomorrow. But I also have a show in January.
I have a show in November.
And I'm booking my 2024 calendars now. So
yes, that's
yeah,
awesome.
That's how it is.
I might do one in January too if I go back to Brazil.
Oh, okay.
In Portuguese.
All right,
so.
we can talk about Brazil next time because I've never been to South America, but I always wanted to go.
You got to, yeah, you have to.
I want to go to Argentina. You know, Buenos Aires is cool.
Rio's better.
Rio is better.
I've been to Argentina.
Wait a second, don't they like have a beef?
They
or
have
something?
beef. And I'm on the Brazil side.
Oh, you're on the Brazil side. All right, cool.
No, I love both. I went to both. That was really nice too. But Rio's just got some vibes. Yeah.
All right.
And we have an open mic to head to very soon, don't we?
Yes. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Yep.
Again, Flo
funny.
Flo funny.
Not Flo.
I tried to say your last name. I'm like,
Flo vagina.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
And Emery from Rock Bottom. Yes. And
Go
see
with
you guys
Flo.
next time.
All right. Thank you very much for having me, Imre.
Bye.
Ciao.
Yeah.